Oh my gosh, look at that. I am just letting my line drift down, and there we go. Look at that. So nice, nice fish. All right, good morning, folks. Today is December 21st, 2023. And this is actually my very first GoPro fly fishing video. So welcome to the channel. My name is Chris Abellana, and we're going to get out on it today. All right, before we hop in the water, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about my rig here. So as you can see, let me actually turn this around. I've got my reel. I have a Syndicate 10-foot 3-weight Reaver, and it's absolutely amazing. This morning, I've got a mop fly and a 60 Waltz tied up wherever that other fly is, right up here. And this rod is really great because if you know fly rods, there is, as you can see right near the handle, there's a guide right here, and guides all along this rod. And the reason why there's so many guides is because it'll help protect the tippet from big fish and protect your line from breaking on those big fish. So when you get out on water like this, you're going to hit a lot of stalkers, because that's what they do here on the Chattahoochee. They stalk the fish, but then they stalk some bigger fish called brood fish, and they're like 15 to 18 inches. And they're out here hopefully repopulating the river with trout. But I'll throw this out. I have about 22 inches between the bottom fly and the top fly, because we do that in Euro nymphing. So we'll go in there and we'll have them separated. Plus it gets into 2 different water columns for the fish. And so when you enter the water, you want to not go straight out fishing. You want to be able to understand what the water is doing and understand the environment behind you. So when you look at this water here, as you can see the slopes behind me, it's a gentle grade down to the water. That means that the water from the shore is going to be more gradual of a slope. If you had a high bank, that would mean that you're going to have deeper water as you enter the water. So as you can see here, it's all wadeable water. We have a run right here. We have a run literally right here. We have this tail out here where fish would be hanging out. And we have all of this riffle water that we're going to get into. But try and understand what you want to fish before you just throw a line and get out there. Net is locked, so it's not releasing so I can get to it. I got to try keep the fish on, unhook the net here. Hold on, see if I can get this done. There we go. And one thing that when you're catching a fish, hooking a fish is one thing, catching is different. As you can see, I have my rod tip straight up. Don't do that. Go left or right. So what you want to do is right when you snag, once you catch the fish, you want to bring it to your right and then bring it back up left upstream of you. And then kneel down, let the current bring it directly to you. And you see this is a nice little rainbow trout. And we're going to, and we use barbless hooks, so it allows for us to release the fish really quickly. And it gives them a fighting chance too. As you can see, that sun is absolutely blinding. Very tough for you to see anything. There we go. See how I brought it back, and now I'm going to bring it. I kneel down right now. You can't see it, but I'm kneeling down. Bringing the fish back up stream to me. As you can see, these are really small fish. But you're going to try and get the fish hooked out of its mouth and back in as quickly as possible. Ooh. There we go. There we go. Bring it back to our left. And the reason why we use low rod angles instead of straight up and down is because if you have it straight up and down, you have pressure on the fish, but you have no leverage on the fish. When you go left and right, you're putting pressure and leverage on the fish. Learned that from watching a Devin Olson video. So thank you to Devin Olson for that. Take the camera off and check a video, let my fly drift down to the bottom, and boom, we got a fish. So we'll bring it back up. We're putting leverage on it. Remember, bringing it back upstream of us. And then let the stream, came out just a hair bit here. And it's a small fish, so bring it back up in front of you. And let the stream bring it to you. There we go. And this is real time, so we've been filming for about, what, 4 minutes, I guess, and 3 fish. So that's not a bad little pod that we're getting into. And first rule of fishing, never leave fish to find fish. So if you're on fish, don't go away to find fish. Stay on the fish. There we go. So I'll bring him back up and left. And hopefully we can get him back up here. And these buggers are, I know you can't see it in the video right now, but they flip and flop so much. But we try and get them out as quickly as we can and get them back into the water. Thank you, Mr. Fish. So there we go. And sometimes your flies get stuck in the net. And with the net, the bigger diameter net here that I have, it allows for you to catch fish that are larger without having to fit them in. Obviously the small fish, no problem, but when we're competition fishing, the big fish that we catch, some of them will barely fit in this net. So the bigger, the wider, the better, because then you can get them in, you can get them out faster. And the netting is also very important. This netting that's here it won't sit there and get stuck on hooks. It's some kind of like rubber material, and I don't know exactly what it is. I'll find out. And then this one is made by Frable. Just about all the competition folks use this Frable net, and it's absolutely wonderful. There, see that? Did you see it take that time? That one should be shown on the video. Whoa, this one's a little more sprightly. As you can see the bend on this fly rod? It's absolutely amazing. And that's the bend that keeps the fly line protected from breakage. So again, we bring it up and left. Whoa. Let me stand up. And the one that they're hitting right now, the fly that they're hitting, is what we call a sexy Walsh worm. It's a pink bead with some gray hairs here. Thank you, Mr. Fish. And I'll log that. And with some lead wire underneath. That's what that one was caught on. So let's fish this side. See how it's slow that one got? That's the bottom. So we know to pick that up a little bit higher past, so we can get past that point. There we go. And that one was caught at the very tail end where I said, hey, let's set the hook. I didn't realize that one was there even until that very last second. You see there's a great, I mean, look at that rod angle. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you, Syndicate. Let's get this one in the net as quickly as possible. We bring them out in front. So that's a little bit nicer fish. You can see here, if you hold them, again, Michael Bradley tried to show me this, and he does it, and he's a fish whisperer, but he holds the fish upside down, and it kind of calms him down. It's like a shark. And then we let him back out. Thank you, fish. All right, we're moving here. Didn't catch a fish over here for about 4 or 5 minutes, so I'm moving on. And as I walk through the water here, as you can see, here's the bank. Here's some riffle water, shallow. Here's some deeper water out here to my left. And you see this, all of this little riffle. What this means, if you see this kind of water, it's really shallow. It's all going over rock, so you know it's not going to be too much there. So we'll move down. But one of the things that you can see here on the right-hand side is this little green area. And it's right along the bank. A lot of people won't fish this because it's too close to the bank. But we're going to sure try it and see if there's going to be anything in that water. Oh my gosh, look at that. I am just letting my line drift down, and there we go. Look at that. So nice, nice fish. This one's a little bit bigger, so we'll play him out a little bit. And then what we're going to do is what we call putting it on the reel. Now it's on the reel, and I'm actually going to walk up out of the heavy water, bring him into the slightly less turbulent water, and bring him upstream, and let the water bring him into my net. Boom. So as you can see, that's a little bit bigger fish. Nice. And that is a good, probably, oh, let's see here. Good, healthy, I don't know, 13-inch fish. But he's got some backbone. All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We'll let him swim another day. Right there, you see it? Got him. So this is a nice fish too, or the current is just really heavy. This current's heavy, so we'll go ahead and reel him. But as you can see, he's fighting through that water. Come up and let the water bring him into the net. We'll get him out. Thank you, Mr. Fish. All right, let's do that again. There. Oh, you see that at the end? He tailed out. So he was between this rock and that rock, hiding in that slack water. There we go. Oh, missed it. Right as I put it in. There we go. Fish zone, and he tapped it, and there you go. Now, mind you, what I'm fishing here is the Chattahoochee River public water. So people in Atlanta, this is a great place for you and a great resource for all of those to come in and fish public water and get some really great fish. Thank you, Mr. Fish. All right, here we go. Tap, 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 and got it. All right, remember, keeping leverage, keeping my fly line on the rod guides, protecting that tippet, and letting it come upstream, and then right into my net. You're gonna put some slack into your line so it doesn't break it. Whoa. Thank you, Mr. Fish. There you go. See that? Remember, leverage, He's a feisty one. Bring him upstream. Look at that rod bend. Dang it. It's a beautiful brown. Or is this rainbow? Let's see here. Hold on. Whoa, Mr. Fish. Get the fly out of the hook. I mean, out of the net. These are rainbow trout. As you can see, these are beautiful, nice big trout. Thank you, Mr. Fish. Tap, tap, tap. Boom. A little bit smaller fish, but that is absolutely okay. My net's got caught up in me. So this one will be a lot faster to get released here. Let's throw that back out there. Tap, tap, tap. There. Again, real time, you're fishing with me right now. These are a little bit smaller, so these are probably stockers. Stockers means that the Georgia Department of Natural Resources, the Georgia DNR, has stocked this river with fish. And so these are, that's stocker size there. All of these are probably stockers, but we're having fun. All right, folks, I retied, got a little bit of food to eat. I was a little hungry. We're going to go back to that same spot. Again, most people would not have fished this area because it's so close to the bank. And that's the great thing about fly fishing is you start to learn to read the water and see exactly where the possibilities for fishing are and where they aren't. So now we're past where we have been fishing, getting into this little area. There we go. Another fish. All right. Thank you, Mr. Fish. There we go. So it went just a hair bit on the other side, maybe a couple of feet. As you can see, that's where they were holding. Oh. Fill it back up there. Watch the line. There, he hit it. See that? Leverage. Get in front of you, let it run into the net. Thank you, Mr. Fish. You know, one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to fish upstream here. So we know that there's some fish there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of steps. We're going to fish this water directly in front of us and see what we can do is catching some fish. You see that fish? It's literally, the fish is right there. We're going to try and throw above him and catch him. He's right there. You see that? They're right there in that water. So that's what we're going to do is we know that the fish, see that? They're right there. I'm going to stop, watch, and you'll see them tailing. They're all right there. You'll see them flash. There. 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 See, they're all right there. So we're going to catch these that are facing upstream. They can't see me. Right here. There. Oh. There we go. See that? Pays a lot to read the water. Slow down for a second. and then watch it. I want to keep this fish out of that water over there, so I'll take a few steps back, land him, and it's a good fish. I mean, look at that. That's a really nice, healthy fish. Thank you. Oh, there you go. There we go. We're going to land him back here so he doesn't warn the other fish. He's acrobatic this today. He's hitting the rainbow warrior in the top part of the water column, not the bottom. Then another nice, healthy trout. Thank you, fish. All right, we moved down a bit. Now we're on this big old rock here with this green water, deep water. We're gonna see what we can get. I know there's fish here. Whether we pick one up or not, I'm not sure. There we go. Oh, you can see you see the fish right there? There we go. And there. Oh, you see it? Damn. Should be at the tail end right there. And boom. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. All right, we're going to move down here. Get a better angle on the strike. All right, we know they're right here in front of me. All right, let's take some of this slack out. Get ready for a good hit. Right in here. There. See that? That's what we're talking about. Keep him away from the other fish. Bring him up. Nice fish. Thank you, Mr. Trout. All right, we're gonna fish that same area again. Let it get down deep. And then right at the tail, that's where they are. Let's see if we can get them a little bit further up. Right here. There we go. Oh, all right. He doesn't want to go to the net. Let's strip in a little bit more line. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Trout. Let's get him back as soon as possible. Stop twirling. Thank you, Mr. Trout. Line's a little bit tangled up there, but I'm not really going to worry about it right now. Some other people would stop. I'm almost done. So we're just going to use that as weight to get this other one down. Let's get it a little bit tighter to us. Let it get down. Bring it back up. Go out just a hair bit further. You know what though? That knot may be visible to the fish, and that's why they're not hitting right now. That very well may be it. So I might have to cut and retie on that. Let's take a couple more casts, and if I don't get anything, that's absolutely what's happening. They can see that line, and they're not hitting. All right, we got it untied here. We retied. Let's see if that makes a difference. Boom. See, look at that. First tie back, first cast back, and I got a fish. They absolutely could see that knot. You think fish can't see? Well, they absolutely could. There was a knot on the top fly, not even this fly. That's what was stopping them from hitting. Hey, we had a great day. We are finished up. I filmed a little bit further, a little bit more out there, and I couldn't get the audio because looks like this doesn't work well when you fall in the water. So there was no audio to it. We'll see what it looks like afterwards. But I appreciate y'all sharing this with me. This is my first video. Hopefully not too many negative comments, but to comment below, you know, what I shared with you today. Hopefully you got some tips out of it. But you really want to figure out what your style, whether it be Euro nymphing or traditional fly fishing, whatever you want to do, you just want to make sure that, one, you read the water. If you don't read the water, you're probably just going to walk through where you should be fishing. That's what if I look out there right now, 90% of those folks walk through the water that they should be fishing. Read the water, understand where your path that you're going to take is, understand where the fish should be hanging out, because you should see structure. Where you find structure, that's where you're going to find fish. Again, thanks for sharing your day with me today. Again, be safe, have fun, and God bless. Chris Abellana out. See ya.